Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Bruno Mars was brought into this world on October 8, 1985, in the energetic city of Honolulu, Hawaii. He was brought into the world by guardians Peter Hernandez and Bernadette San Pedro B. His childhood was saturated with a rich embroidery of social impacts. His dad, hailing from Puerto Rico and Jewish legacy, was a Brooklyn local, while his mom moved from the Philippines following her parentage to Filipino and Spanish roots. Their opportunity experience on the stage, where his mom moved the hula and his dad played percussion for shadowed Mars, predetermined his way into the universe of music. From a young age, Mars was encompassed in a melodic climate, with his family supporting his expanding ability and presenting him to a different cluster of melodic classifications. His mom's melodic voice and effortless dance moves, combined with his dad's version of Little Richard's works of art, filled in as early motivations for the youthful wonder. Lavish's uncle, an Elvis Presley impersonator, further energized his energy for execution, empowering him to exhibit his ability in front of an audience close by the family band. The adoration notes began as early as age 4, regardless of confronting difficulties. For example, his folks separated at 12 and the ensuing monetary battles that followed. Mars stayed unflinching in his quest for melodic greatness. His early stages were set apart by his constant commitment to his art, performing enthusiastically with his family band, and leveling up his abilities on different instruments. His experiences growing up, including remembering a concise stretch as Little Elvis for the Hawaiian sensationalist newspapers and appearances in films like Vacation in Vegas, laid the groundwork for his future fame. Mars progressed to Los Angeles at 17 years old, denoted a crucial second in his life, driven by aspiration and outfitted with crude ability. He left on an excursion to pursue his fantasies in the famous hub of the music business, taking on the moniker Bruno Mars, a sign of approval for it. Experience growing up epithet and a capricious reference to his apparent extraordinary appeal, he tried to cut his own way in an industry full of generalizations and assumptions as he explored the turbulent scene of top. Music business. Mars stayed enduring in his obligation to validness and imaginativeness, dismissing endeavors to categorize him as simply one more Latin craftsman. He remained consistent with his varied melodic impacts and Hawaiian roots, fashioning an unmistakable character that rose above social limits. His introduction to the music business started in 2004, when he inked an arrangement with Motown Records just to see it falter without gaining huge ground. Unfazed, Mars investigated different roads, incorporating conversations with Williams, the executives, which likewise yielded no productive outcomes regardless of the mishap with Motown. Mars stayed undaunted in his quest for an outcome. In 2005, he got a music distribution deal with Steve Lindsay and Cameron Strang at Westside Free, which gave him important mentorship and direction under Lindsay's tutelage. Mars' close-by lyricists, Brody Brown and Jeff Bosker, acquired experiences into the complexities of creating hip-hop tunes, improving their abilities and refining their melodic sensibilities during this period. Mars likewise sharpened his art through live exhibitions, incorporating gigs with the band Sex Puma close by Bosker and his sibling Eric Hernandez, who might later become individuals from his band The Criminals. Notwithstanding confronting monetary difficulties and various dismissals, Mars' unfaltering assurance grabbed the eye of Keith Harris, drummer for the Black Eyed Peas, who worked with a gathering among Mars and Philip Lawrence in a stroke of luck. Mars and Lawrence's fortunes changed when Brandon Ideology communicated revenue in their tune Lost for a Mudo get-together, in spite of their hesitance to leave behind the melody. The worthwhile proposal of $20,000 gave the monetary lifesaver they expected to proceed with their quest for melodic achievement. This undeniable the start of a productive cooperation among Mars and Lawrence, who might proceed to compose and deliver tunes for different specialists. His breakout second accompanied the progress of Flower's Right Round in 2009, followed by coordinated efforts with specialists like Bo B and Travie McCoy, which launched him into the spotlight as an independent craftsman. Mars' fleeting ascent from battling performer to CH-beating sensation highlights the influence of flexibility, ability, and faithful assurance, notwithstanding affliction. In the late spring of 2010, Bruno Mars uncovered Only How You Are, a profound hymn observing adoration's flaws, as the lead single from his presentation studio collection D Wops and Crooks. Delivered prevalently by the Smeezingtons, the tune immediately climbed to the zenith of music. Outlines overall, catching the hearts of audience members across land masses. Its compelling appeal pushed it to the best position in various nations, including Australia, Canada, and the US. The collection brought forth a progression of worldwide hits, including Projectile, a piercing song that ruled graphs overall, and Mars, his most memorable bulletin sweltering 100 outline clincher. The lethargic melody with its lighthearted energy likewise found favor, with crowds arriving at number 4 on the bulletin blistering 100 and guaranteeing the best position in the UK and Denmark. Furthermore, Mars conveyed a line of different singles that reverberated with crowds all over the planet. Conversing with the Moon took off to the highest point of Brazil's warm pop tunes and blistering 100 airplay graphs, while With You enchanted audience members universally got the top 10 situations in different nations at the 2011 Grammy Grants. Mars gripped his most memorable Grammy for Best Male Pop Vocal Execution, making way for an exceptional excursion set apart by the ACC case and acknowledgement regardless of confronting fierce opposition in the resulting grant. Season's Mars' commitments to music kept on accumulating honors, further establishing his status as quite possibly of the most impressive ability in the business. In September 2014, Bruno Mars set out on the inventive excursion for his third studio collection, 24K Wizardry, flagging a new section in his melodic development, with a sharp eye on creating a creation that outperforms his past undertakings. Mars moved toward the task with immovable devotion and creative enthusiasm. The apex of Mars' cooperative ability was maybe exemplified at the 2016 Grammy Grants, where his coordinated effort with Imprint Ronson on the graph-beating hit Uptown Funk acquired them the sought after grants for Best Pop Couple Bunch Execution and Record of the Year. As Mars dug into the creation of 24K Sorcery, he encircled himself with a cadre of gifted colleagues, including bass player Jamario Artis performed, R. Brody, earthy-colored vocalist-lyricist Andrew Wyatt, and EDM maker Skrillex. Together, they set out on an innovative odyssey, establishing the groundwork for what might become Mars' artful culmination. Led by the creation group Cleanser Press and Twist, 24K Wizardry burst onto the scene in October 2016, collecting basic praise and business accomplishment. With its irresistible thumps and irresistible capable appeal, the collection took off to the highest point of diagrams, overall hardening Mars' status as a worldwide peculiarity. Mars' tireless devotion to his art stretched out past the studio to the stage as he set out on the 24K Wizardry world visit, enrapturing crowds with his jolting exhibitions. The visit's fantastic achievement, netting more than $300 million overall, highlighted Mars' status as one of the most unique live entertainers of his age in an eminent coordinated effort. Mars united with American rappers Gucci M and Kodak Dark for the arrival of Wake Up Overhead in September 2018. The melody's irresistible cadence and Mars' signature vocals enamored crowds, acquiring a spot on Primary's 13th studio collection, Fiendish Virtuoso. In an essential joint effort in mid-2019, Mars worked together with English artist-lyricist Ed Sheeran and American craftsman Chris Stapleton for the arrival of Blossom. Their dynamic joint effort showed Blemish's adaptability as a craftsman and his capacity to flawlessly mix kinds. In February 2020, he declared an organization with Disney for a music-themed dramatic story, flagging his introduction to the universe of movie creation. In February 2021, Mars revealed his cooperation with American rapper Anderson .Paak under the band name Silk Sonic's introduction collection, A Night with Silk Sonic, got far and wide recognition and business achievement, setting Mars' status as a melodic force to be reckoned with as Silk Sonic earned honors and grants. Mars put his focus on his fourth independent studio collection in February 2023. Mars affirmed his continuous work on the collection, prodding fans with traces of new sounds. Field plans for a world visit in 2024 and 2025 highlighted Mars' obligation to carry his music to crowds overall, establishing his heritage as a visionary craftsman and entertainer with melodic styles. Bruno Mars draws vigorously on retro impacts and performs with his band, the Evildoers. Elvis Presley had a significant effect on Mars, particularly in terms of his character and public image. As he went through numerous years imitating the unbelievable hero, He additionally invested time mimicking Michael Jackson as a youthful entertainer, and the legend additionally immensely affected Mars, particularly concerning his vocal style. In spite of the fact that Bruno Mars will in general incline more towards R&B, he won't pick one path, and his collections are in many cases a combination of various types and melodic styles. My dear crowd, what is your take on his vocation over the course of the years, along with his advantageous resources? Your criticism is priceless to us, so if it's not too much trouble, leave us your remarks in the part below. And presently, we come to the houses he as of now claims chateau in Honolulu. In 2012, Bruno Mars made a huge interest in his old neighborhood of Honolulu, buying a staggering country estate for $3,100,000 settled only a stone's throw from the sea. This property traverses north of 14,520 m and flaunts a complete built-up area of 4,124 m on the outside of the property. Thanks for watching this video.